cracking?
Let's get ready to rumble! Scantless.
What's going on, man? Let's go to the big scene. Yeah. Cracking, everybody. All right, so we're gonna do some reaction today. I got a video queued up that I want to start with. So, Kanye West recently went live. He went live with an academic stream. Now, I don't watch academics much. There's a lot of streams there's a lot of channels I don't watch too much of that maybe I did before. Like, every once in a while, you'll see stuff come up across the timeline, so I'll check on it. But I did a reaction of the actual Yeezy interview. A lot of people reposted it, so I basically put 2 parts up of the reaction of it. And then Academics posted it on his YouTube channel. I forgot the name of the channel because he recently got banned from Twitch, so he's been steadily on YouTube, which he's always been on YouTube, but like YouTube and I think Rumble was like his main focus. But he reloaded the episode of Ye, and I'll just call it the dunce cap, bro, the black KKK outfit. But he blurred it out. He blurred out the whole thing. But Ye went on live in his warehouse in Japan. And for me, it's just, I'm coming from a musical standpoint. So I'm intrigued by what equipment he's using, his setup. What does his traveling studio look like? What does his warehouse look like? Like, I'm just curious. Like, what does some of the stuff look like? Just like anybody watching my stream, you're curious, okay, what type of setup the Scan got? You know what I mean? Like, if you do this music stuff, you kind of want to know what VSTs are people using, what gear, what mic. Like, you want to figure out what's what, how do they get the sound they're making, who are they working with, what producers. So it's all just a question of from a musical standpoint. So I'm going to pull that up. Now, the person that went live was one of his producers is Digital Nas, which I've never really seen much from this guy. Like, I've heard of his name. I know he's an established producer. So he's got a YouTube, Digital Nas. So we're going to go through some of this that I haven't even watched. And I watched about 40 minutes in, and that's just them driving in a car. And Digital Nas, he's literally got like his laptop, and he's got a camera plugged in USB, but he has like the HDMI adapter. So it's probably like a Nikon or something camera plugged into a USB, literally into his laptop, and he's carrying it mobily, which I technically could do with this setup. Yeah, so 40 minutes in, he's going through the warehouse, but then they get to the part where he gets around the corner of the studio, and then Ye was telling him, like, don't show any of these designs because they have models. Basically, they're doing lineup and mock-ups of a bunch of different stuff. But these weird things you see right here on screen, so he's inventing some new style of not drawers, but like storage spaces where you would put your belongings so you don't have to actually open a drawer. So that's what these are. They're basically just doing mock-ups of not cardboard, but cardboard-like material and tape and something else. So they're just mock-up structures, and they're just doing all these different designs. But this, I guess this is his warehouse in Japan, and the YouTube channel is Digital Nas. I don't know his Twitch. Oh, here it goes. Digital Nas on Twitch. So he does actually have... This is his Twitch. Don't play no music, please. No music. Yeah, so he put the stream up for like his main or last stream. So this is the actual full stream. So when you stream on Twitch like I do, your video's on Twitch, and then you can have it to where it's shown to the public or it's hidden. Or Twitch shows your most recent streams. So yeah, 19 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 11 seconds. So these must be clips, I think, of this. Yeah, they're clip by EMQ1. Clip by, yeah, because you can do clips of your live stream and then repost them, and people can see the highlights from your stream. So we're going to watch this over on YouTube. Now, I have YouTube Premium. I encourage anyone to get YouTube Premium. How many views this got? 10,000 views. When was this posted? This was posted earlier today. So I just randomly saw it on my timeline and pulled it up and started watching it. So we're going to go and play some of this. So I marked it to a point right before they head over to the studio space. Or not even the studio space, but his music setup. So this is the part where he was on. This is the area of the warehouse he was in when he was on live with academics. He's got like a section of the warehouse, a huge screen. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna stop rambling. But yeah, I mean, pretty cool, like, just to see. Okay, we're at 1080p quality. Close that out.
All right. We're back. Can't show
And I guess
everything.
Digital Nas got his Twitch or his Twitter hacked.
We in Japan. Yo, Reggie, take slow mode off. Like, it don't need to be slow mode 30
See right here, he's got the cam link.
seconds.
So that right there is for I have one. So if you're running like a DSLR camera, I got one in here. If you're running like a DSLR camera, I have a cheaper version. They have 1080p and 4K versions. This is a 1080p, it's regular HD. But what it's for is, if you have a DSLR camera, DSLR does not plug into laptops or computers normally. Normally how you hook up a lot of your cameras to your computer or laptop for streaming or filming, you know, is via USB. So you would run whatever from your DSLR to HDMI into here, and then this USB into USB, and then it basically converts the signal so that when you go say select camera, your camera will show up. This camera I'm using, that's USB-C. And then I have that USB-C going into a long, like 10-foot USB cable, but it's USB-C to a USB-C to USB adapter, because most of our plugins are regular USB. My laptop comes with one USB-C, but then I have a converter box that has 2 USB-C ports on it. I have probably 30 USB plugs because I have extenders, because all this stuff runs off of USB. Like all my devices besides, well, no, yeah, even my Apollo is running through USB. So that's basically how he's doing it. And then that's just literally a USB cord hanging, and then he's just walking with his laptop.
Do slow mode like 10, please. Moderators, make the slow mode a little faster. Y'all gotta see this.
Look at this, bro. This is gangster. This is what I want to do, man. So I want to put up like one of them walls, them screen walls. Like I priced them out. You could literally go to, there's sites you can go to. I went to order one. You order one that's about 17, 19 inches, like 17 by 17, 19 by 19. But they were saying you want to order them in a batch. Because if you just order one and then try to order 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 more and then connect them, it's going to be off because it's a different manufacturing. Like they make them custom each time. So you want to order them in batches. But that's all this is. It's a bunch of screens connected together. And then you could literally make the screen as big as you want. This is how they shot the Mandalorian series and a lot of other stuff. They just build these huge digital screens, you know, these 8K, 12K screens, and then they project the scene basically on the screens or on the TVs, and then the actors act in front of it.
It's the office.
Damn, he's using the same monitors I am, using some Yamahas.
Pan office.
He's got the ASR 10 and some Yamahas. Check this out. Look, watch this. If I go. Yep, got the same monitors I got, bro. The freaking Yamahas. And those are the Yamahas HS7s, which are 6.5. What are they? 6.5? Hold on. 6.5 inch cones, I think these are, or 5.5. Yeah. 6-inch cones, 2-inch tweeters. Yamaha HS7s. I love these monitors. I had the JBLs before these, and I did not like the JBLs. Like when you got speakers, any speaker you own, you want it to have like a solid wood cabinet. Like the better quality the wood, the better quality that speaker's gonna sound in most cases. That's dope. Back here. Turn the AI tracking off. All right, now it's back on. He's got just like a regular laptop. This, I guarantee this guy right here is his tech guy. Producer or / tech guy. That like does all his technical stuff. But Ye was cooking up on Axe Stream with the ASR 10. So he basically was chopping up samples on the ASR. And then it looks like it's just like the computer and everything's projecting onto that screen. So everything he's doing, he's got Xbox, playing Xbox. That's crazy.
Fuck the nigga who hacked my Twitter. We gonna get it back. Gotta keep rolling.
Dude, Ye should start streaming, bro. Ye should start streaming on Twitch and YouTube. That stuff will go crazy.
Keep it pushing. We gotta keep it pushing.
Like the reverb in there from the sound playback has got to be nuts. That would drive me crazy, bro. Trying to produce and just trying to level out everything. And then he's got some big, look right here, he's got some big PA speakers. So that's what he's using for playback. He's using the Yamahas or these PA speakers. And I had a set of PA speakers, but I got rid of them because the PA cabinets was made of plastic. So like the low end and a lot of the mid and high end sounded like trash. They was JBLs too, real good brand, just sounded like trash.
Fuck them hacking ass.
I feel the same way, man. I got hacked like a year ago.
Shout out to Ye. Big bro show love. We got TTS going.
On the other side of this pillar,
Yeah.
there are chairs.
Okay.
Chairs.
You got one.
So this guy, this is Digital Nas. I've never checked any of his production or music out. I've heard of him. Check 1 2 1 2. Check check check. Check check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Check check 1 2 1 2.
That's a new sample. See if you got anything good.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Anything good, Alex?
Sample
Check
guy.
1 2 1 2. Bow bow bow. Adjusting my mic. Check 1 2 1 2. All right, I think the noise cancelling's better. So I'm running this on my clip-on mic. This. LA2A. Check check check. 1 2 1 2. And then I'm running a pole tag. Clip-on mic number 4. The quality of these mics that I bought, and they're not DJI, but they're like $100 for 2 mics. They have a use time of like 4 to 5 hours. So on the little DSLR receiver, if you're running the volume at 3, so it has 1 2 3. Then they don't last as long.
Like Punk is smart. You know what I'm saying? Like Sid Vicious was smart, bro. Like Marty Mars was smart, bro. That's Punk.
They just got some tables just made of like these are just some like thrown together tables.
You started to highlight the Punk. Yeah, Punk is smart. Like that. They were so smart. They just didn't give a fuck.
So what you're seeing over here, the way Ye was explaining it earlier, he said he's working on building a room inside of a room. So if you walk into a normal house and have a huge room, building a room inside that room, and then he's just basically all that's a mock-up. And he was saying you lose square footage doing that. But he was saying he's doing this for more peace of mind, because he was saying how houses and buildings are designed, or all designed square or right angles, and it does something like imprisons you or makes you locked in somehow, and nature don't work in 90-degree angles or squares. Like things should be round and flowing or something. He was saying that years ago when he was building his house in Calabasas, I think it is, when he first got married to Kim.
Yo, if any of you guys could get my Twitter back, that would mean the world.
All right, I gotta check these streams. YouTube's working. Oh, it's opening the chat up. Shit. Is chat open? Shout out to everybody watching. I'll be forgetting about this chat, man, I swear. Yeah, why is that so small?
It's the infamous tank top that I took during Yeezy season. It's been about 3 years since that Yeezy season. Bringing it back.
Hold on, guys. I gotta get this chat up. Open the chat and all these scenes. Check out these scenes I created. This shit's dope, dude.
Yo, mods, you could put slow mode on, but just not like the 30-second slow mode.
Just take that slow mode off. That's what I do.
I told y'all I was coming. We doing streaming like it's never been done before. I'm finna mic up, but I really want to show y'all like some cool shit. Like,
all right,
I look at Twitch and I was like, sometimes I see like a lot of corny stuff.
You guys tapping in the chat, bro. If you're watching, tap
Twitch
in.
Punk, so that's what
Say
we
what's
doing.
up.
If
you're
y'all
on
feel like
Instagram,
Punk, let me know.
Wondering if I gotta hit live here, go live.
Oh, we building spaceships, drone. We building up type of shit. We about to go mic up. About to mic up now.
Yeah, so he has a similar brand that what I have, which I have these.
Bro, it's so many. That's why I told my mom.
I don't want to open it up because it's going to activate the other mic.
Yeah. It's
But
like,
it's
that's
got
why we
two
gotta have
round
moderators.
mics.
Like,
You got a moderator, right?
we got
And
like
it's got
20
two of
moderators.
these for your phone.
Because it's like, you need a whole
Old
bunch of
iPhone
moderators.
and
'Cause
USB-C.
kick the trolls out, because it's like, that's how we got banned the first time. It wasn't even because of the music. It wasn't even because of the Hail Hitler. We got banned because they kept posting swastikas in the comments and penises. So we got banned. So now we got moderators. We still need more moderators though, bro. Like, we need as many moderators as possible because this shit's gonna get out of hand. Like right now, we probably peaked at like, right now we peaked at like probably like 80,000 people in this stream overall. Eventually the stream is gonna be like 100,000, like 200,000. Feel me? Right, even right now, it's about 3,000
They
people
kept posting
currently.
swastikas and penises in the chat. Why would they get your stream taken down, though?
Yeah.
Somebody had to report the
We
stream.
locked in over here. I'm gonna be making the music live. We're gonna do everything live. We might stream it to the album drop. Who knows? We got
Like I said,
Japanese niggas in here.
This was put up earlier.
Tweeting in Japan, Japanese.
I don't know.
It's going crazy. Bear with us. We're still setting up.
I'll fast forward through some of this. Where?
This is the most legendary stream, I think, ever of all time, by the way.
15
The most
hours
legendary
ago.
stream of all time, which y'all witnessing. Chrome
Okay.
Maybachs, 2 Chrome Maybachs, hop out, Japan office. We locked in. Y'all seen the album made. Y'all seen the process. Y'all seen the lifestyle. This ain't never been done before. Fuck all them streamers.
All right, let's fast forward through some of this.
It's too much. Subs only. Subs only. Yeah, subs
That's like the
only.
dream setup right there for a screen.
Ooh.
That's like,
I'll be back.
I don't know, like a 20-foot screen.
Subs only. Y'all can't talk now.
I want to build one of those. You can build one, maybe not
We need
that
the best
big, but
clippers
with
in
like
here. We need
2
the
to
best
5
clippers.
grand. But then you
We'll
have
make it
to
up
have
right now.
like
We'll
all
get
the
it real
video
official.
converter stuff that ties in all the screens. Like there's some other stuff you have to buy also.
Stick more down, talking through tomorrow, so we're gonna get back into it tomorrow. Tomorrow, at the LA time. Middle of the night there.
Here's the new mics I want to get. Actually, let's do this. Let me do this. Let's not interrupt the whole.
Oh, unopened. Chat, need some good mics. Need some good mics.
Browser.
Yeah, these some good mics. Sub mode only.
Maybe not that. Shit.
I don't think Ye plays 2K. I think he only plays The Last of Us.
Application. No, not audio capture.
Absolutely.
Display capture.
You don't even watch sports.
Me neither.
College basketball, just had
Chrome, Amazon. This is what I want.
like 2 points. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'm watching NBA shit, this stuff is crazy. So,
Alright, that's not what I want.
Nah, because
Game capture.
go at it, 37 years old, like, you know what I'm saying?
Window capture. This is it right here.
yeah, we're gonna get there. Okay. It's like, yeah, sub mode only. This is crazy.
There we go. I found it. About to show you guys these mics real quick.
Because it's like, you know, it's almost it's like what's going on, you know.
These are the mics I want to get next right here.
We in Japan right now.
I guess it's people's thing. Is there a way for this? Does this always have to stay on the screen? Nah.
What?
These are the new DJIs right here.
Those are alerts. I'm trying to, yeah, let's see if we can remove those.
So if you get any clip-on mics,
Let me know. It's gone now, right? It should be now, right?
if you get any
It's
clip-on
delayed.
mics
Yeah.
that has this little DSLR connector, you
So
can
when
use it
somebody
to stream.
follows, it's an alert. Oh, yeah. That was like the alert. Y'all like the chat on the screen?
See that right there? So that little piece right there basically is like the
get
wireless
too many alerts,
receiver
you
for
gotta
the
turn the
actual
alerts
mics. And then you plug 3.5 millimeter like headphone jack.
Y'all like it better without
So
the
you plug your
alerts?
camera into that. And then whatever the mic picks up gets fed to the camera. So if you're recording
play
on
the
the
song?
camera. So it's the same thing with your stream.
Not yet.
I run mine through my Apollo. So I run it through Apollo
Play
Line
music
1
right now, guys.
or High Z.
Just vibe.
Like
Appreciate
right
the
now it's going
moment.
through the High Z.
Appreciate the aura.
show you guys real quick. Show you guys how to stream using wireless mics.
Yeah. Want to play bully? Yeah, you guys want to hear bully? We're about to play bully.
Oh, it's gonna get the stream flag.
Play something from
Play
Bully
bully.
quick, just so we can test the speakers and make sure they sounded good.
We're about to play bully.
Cause you didn't test the speakers, did you? You did. Oh, you already did. Okay, they're good.
So you see right here, this is the high Z. I got it. I got this. I don't want to fuck it up. This is the DSLR receiver for these mics. And I got it mounted right here. I just Velcroed it. And it's running in through high Z.
Got the TTS going.
I bought an XLR. This is a crazy adapter. So this is headphone jack to XLR, like mic line input. So I bought one of these to run it directly into the. I like the quality through the high Z better. Through the XLR input, I get a little more noise, little more floor noise, which ain't much. It's not much at all, but it's just a little bit. But running it through the high Z, so it's headphone jack, 3.5 millimeter, I think it is, to 1/4 inch adapter right into here through the Apollo, which is crazy because I've never seen no one do this. Zoom out, go back to 1, bang.
Hello?
This new camera's dope, bro. I'm about to buy another one of these.
Nah, viewer count's cool. I think Ye likes that. He just wanted to learn something.
But these new DJIs,
Why,
this
you
is
don't like
$179. It wasn't that pricey the last time I checked it. I found one at a better price. But these have 48-hour use. This is what you get in it. Wait, there's no way there's one mic in this. Oh, 2 mics. Yeah. 2 mics, but really, really strong magnets. I hate the freaking browser one. This is the one I want to buy next. I bought these little cheap ones right here. These suck. Like $20 clip-on mics. They're horrible. I either want to buy those new DJIs or buy one that have 3 or 4 mics. I just know the DJI quality is high quality. And I want to make sure I have something that's small. I don't want to have nothing big that clips on.
They clipped you. They clipped it. They're going to clip you every time.
Nah, my boy Chad is like on the stream.
Che. Yo, chat, you could put it on follower and subscriber can comment only. I just wanted the trolls to get out of here. Subscriber and follower chat only.
We did hear.
Bro, why the oh my god, bro. Here they go. I found them.
Nah, you know Chad.
Who?
Chad used to manage Nancy's management team. He used to be at
So these mics right here, this is another mic I found that I thought was pretty cool.
Lancey is at Human Resources. My friend dad owned that label. Human Resources.
Because it comes with 4.
You know Corey?
well, I know Jay.
So you
Comes
know
with
his son.
4 mics.
Well, I met his son. But
Corey,
140
his son
bucks.
makes really good music.
yeah.
And they give you
But
That's the studio that houses right there, no?
yeah, yep, exactly. His son was one of my favorite artists of all time. But I don't know why his dad don't just sign him. Like his dad owns a record label. It's one of the greatest artists I've heard.
So I'm sending you this right now.
That's like reverse Nepo baby.
here they go. Yeah, so you get USB-C to USB-C charging cable, but then it has a USB adapter, 4 magnets. That comes with the same magnets that this has, these little round ones. These are not that strong though. They're strong enough, but they're not that strong. And then
Yeah,
two
man.
3.5 millimeter
Fucking around with you're gonna get hacked every week. How many times
jacks.
you got hacked?
Over years, the biggest thing they try to do is they try to get you for your emails. They send these things called phishing. You heard about phishing?
Yeah.
Then it says operating time 12 and a half hours, but it's not 12 and a half hours. Battery life 5 hours.
Yeah, like I had an old email that I don't use anymore, and they got hacked.
The charging
now
case
they
is
use
12 and a
that
half
email to
hours.
log into all my stuff.
Battery life is 5 hours. I want something that has more than 5 hours battery life because I can do a stream easily for 3-4 hours. I had these the first time I used them, they died on stream, like the power died out. And once they die out, you can't plug it in and charge it and use it.
Sent files to everybody.
That does not work.
Saying like, it would say like
Might have to get those DJIs.
88, and it was like,
I know 88 got hacked a few times.
it was like 88 send files. They impersonate, yeah. It'd be like, so it's almost like if you got a text from me saying send files.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying start
want to hear all this talking. We want to hear.
create a password with your family and friends because this AI deep fake anyone can call and make it sound like it's you.
We at work.
I watched a movie the other day where
They're trying to get into my Dropbox now.
Make sure that's it. You got that text in.
that's bad, bro. I had someone get into my Gmail a couple years ago. I got them out of it. They got back in 2 different times. And like you get an idea like where it's coming from, like what region of the world, like what country, but you have no idea who it is. So he got his Twitter hacked. He said, "Yay!" in the car on the way to the warehouse because that's where he started the live stream. He's like, "Yo, you think you could reach out to Elon and get them out of my account?" He's like, "Yeah, that's possible. We could probably do that." Like, bro, that's crazy. All right, let's turn this back on. All right, let's fast forward through some of this. I don't want to let none of the music play because it's going to demonetize my stream.
Like, give me my shit back. Or, like,
So whoever hacked his account, they told him, send me a song and I'll give you your access back. Like they're trying to extort him for some music or something. I don't know what song they're talking about or what.
but God always prevails. Can't stop God, bro.
What are these? Are these heaters? These gotta be heaters or something, bro. Look at that huge power cord. That's gotta be a heater. It's got the Xbox pulled up. I don't know why I don't game, man. I can game on here, no problem. I bought a gaming laptop, but for the power to do music. I never realized you can. I knew you could game on PCs or whatever, but I never knew like I could game on the same games like on Xbox and stuff on my PC, my laptop. And then I seen all these digital games one day, and I'm like, yo, I can game. Like I literally buy the games on here, and then just game right on here. Cause they be giving me a bunch of game deals and stuff. Born to Rage, become the
I don't
first.
like how the chat disappears. I like it with the way it was earlier. Yeah, I don't like that because it's on subscriber. It's still on subscriber mode, right?
Top deals.
It's on followers and subscriber mode. All right, but let's just keep it. I like the chat on the screen, not disappearing. All right, thank you, bro.
Look at all these games I could buy, man. I think I'm gonna start gaming. Man, Ninja Turtles throwback. Yo,
KJ, I'm sending you a file. Please play that loud. See it?
I guess Mike Dean started working back with Ye,
Text it
bro.
now. I was airdropping it, but I'm gonna text it.
Let's stop the stream for a bit.
That's cool. All right, let's fast forward through some of this. This is the only good part about watching streams after they air. You gotta sit through it. Let's fast forward through it. I kind of did a similar setup for my background. I found this fire, not fire, but cool looking video background that I just clipped it out, and then I clipped out like 20 or 25 seconds of it, then I copied it over, then I put the second half in reverse. So I slowed it down, slow mode it down a little bit, and then the second half it goes in reverse. So that background it plays, and then the second half goes in reverse, and it just does that in a continuous loop. I ain't seen nobody with this type of effect on theirs. That's why I clipped it out, because it looks like fire, but it's not fire. It's literally like gold liquid or like gold liquid particles. I thought it looked real cool. And then next week we got the sign coming. So next week I kind of wanted to wait to stream till I got it, but next week, where we at? Right here, back on this wall, we'll have the 2-foot sign hung up. So I ordered a custom sign, and it's coming from China, like literally coming from China. I thought it was a company here in the States or something, but the shipping says coming from China. But I ordered a 2-foot sign. So 2 feet is this big, that's big. I expect that's 2 feet. It's gonna be 2 feet long, 2 feet by like 16 or 18. But it's literally the new logo. So I revamped the Scantless Beats logo, which is this logo right here. I revamped this logo. So this is the new logo, which if we look on screen, it's this right here. So I got a 2-foot sign coming of this logo right here. and it lights up too. So all the lettering, the skull, the little halo, all that will have LED rope lights, not LED dotted lights, LED rope lights, like the lights on the ceiling or the lights on the diffusers, not diffusers, the clouds. Regular LED lights have been played out, bro. If you got LED lights that are all like little dots, that's just played out, bro. You got to get these kind right here. And I built these clouds. These are 4 feet by 6 feet big. So they're 4 feet wide by 6 feet long, and I built 2 of them. Once I put those up with some other stuff, it changed the sound of my room. Like, my room sounds really good now. Granted, my room's not tuned. I did some room measurements. I've measured my room with the measuring mic, but it's not, my room's not tuned yet. Oh, it should be on here. All right, let's check something. Okay, cool. So I am live on Instagram. It's showing me right there. Instagram never shows you that you're live. When you go on your own account, it doesn't show you.
I'm waking up from a daydream, and I hope you get all the love and all the shine you always wanted all the time. And I hope you get all the love and all the shine you always wanted.
That's cool.
Hold up, what about mine? Hold up, they jumping steady, they line. I got a something, I'm doing fine. Dumples of color, I'm colorblind. One was the sun and they come from mine. Run back. I need that intro though. Running for the beginning.
Yeah, he's snapping, son.
I'll put the mic here. No, it's cool. I guess they got the mic right there. I done known it sound and it's been so many times I got all the time. Say I'm out of my mind, it's been too many nights. I got one more time, been too many nights. Been too many times it's been too many nights, too many times I was right, too many times. I came up from a fight too many times. I might have lost the fight too many times. Covered in all the hype too many times. They say I did it right too many times. They say I wasn't right, I had to fall. I had to fall from the right or wrong. Niggas, they tell me I'm right or wrong. They niggas hated and love it because I just done it. One from the sun and I live like fuck it, come on. Come on. Come on.
That's
come
live.
on. What this press compressors for? I never got you for, got never nothing for. What they wanna lock up and stop me bumping the rest before. I got the dust for. When my just you know who was the greatest, the latest, the latest. And niggas can't date us, the latest, the latest. I was the greatest, the greatest, okay. Off a hiatus, I made it. Can't none of these pussy niggas faded. I gone through dated, my shit is rated. This shit is dated, it's threaded up. Gonna set it up, heads up. Gonna let it up, let up. Wanna let it up, let up. Had to take it, they ain't let us. Gonna stop for getting better. Wanna tryna call him meds up. Wanna tryna call him feds up. Gonna come and give me your heads up. Wanna run all the time. You always want.
Hell yeah.
All the time. Hit that like, it made me think of like some Daryl Hall and John Oates. Like, I can't go for that. I can't go for that. Whoa, I can't go for that. Top on where we at. Y'all know where we at. Y'all know where we at. This is that pain. This is that yay. This is that Wayne. This is that A. Y'all niggas playing. Y'all niggas playing. I just be saying. Y'all niggas praying. Pray for times like this. Get a mind like this. Protect yeah at all costs. 2 chromes all floss. Niggas all giving off. As we going off the exhaust. Think I was so when I'm boss. Fucking niggas ain't need to talk to your boss. Fucking niggas I had company on. I don't remember the I don't remember the That's how I'm going. No. I ain't walk from a day.
I haven't even listened to the whole Bully album. I don't even know if this is on there.
I woke up from a day. Way more than it may seem. Way more than that. More than that. More than that. And I hope you get all the love and all the shine. Always
5-second delay.
all the time. Alright. Is that quality?
Okay, so this is dope. So for my stream real quick, so I was just checking on the stream. Now I use Restream sometimes. Sometimes I don't like Restream. But Restream puts my stream up to 5 places. So we're live on Kick. Shout out to Kick. Anyone that's on Kick watching. I don't have the Kick chat up, but the Kick chat should be in here though. Yeah, it should be showing me the Kick chat. Shout out to Kick. YouTube live through Restream, Facebook live through Restream, Twitch live through Restream, and Kick live. That's 4. And then normally I stream to Instagram through Restream. If I do, it shows the stream how it looks on YouTube. But I have this other. See if it shows this. Okay, check this out. So I have this plugin from Audium, AITUM set up. So it's a stories or vertical plugin. But what you can do, you can go in the back end and you could literally set up as many streams as you want in the back end. So basically right now we're streaming on YouTube twice. We're streaming on YouTube, regular YouTube, and then YouTube stories. So we're streaming twice on YouTube. Sometimes when you see someone and they're streaming via story and regular, and you can choose the option, that's why. And then we're streaming on Instagram through here, and it pops up in a story format. So you have 2 different formats. You see the main format, and then you see the stories format. I'm starting to do this more because YouTube, shout out to you guys watching. What's up, man? Anyways, so I'm starting to do more stories format, vertical streaming. YouTube sent a message talking about compensating us more for ad dollars via YouTube story streams. So they're trying to encourage creators from the email I was reading to stream via story or vertical. I don't know why, but so we're gonna be streaming each time vertical also when we're streaming like this. All right, let's run through this real quick.
That's amazing.
And all the shit you always want, all the time. You know you had it, the son of highlights. I got it open in my life. I wanna throw one of them I wanna do one of them for a check while we do something that I like. I gotta throw one you wine like so something tonight. I wanna know something. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? And I hope you get all the love and all the shine you always wanted all the time. What about some shit that I don't give a fuck about?
Yeah.
Hey, fucking out. What this fucking about? I got no nothing now. This the one, no fucking doubt. Number now, no photos, no fucking clout. Raising your profile with your whole style. You been my whole style all the time, the whole while. Mama now, the old now, but you can't go the whole mile. You using my old style just for your higher profile. Nigga, no now. They ain't know, they know now. No, broke now. Is he gonna quit? No one will slow down. And you hold down. Jesus, hold down.
That's hard. That's a hard concept.
Double down.
Sub only.
Going now, delete ya, beat ya, reach ya. Switch number, you can't reach 'em. Coming on, the pinnacle, the highest shit, the pinnacle, the centerfold, the pinnacle. I've been to go, she been to go, when to go, we finna go, when the stove, in the stove, close the stove, we going more. Always mine, you always want, all. I need to put my leathers back on. I'm getting my leathers tailored for the silhouette. Get my leathers tailored for the silhouette. I'm improving the silhouette right now, so I got my nylons on right now in the office, but you know what's coming, I'll be back. I get the silhouette right. I gotta get my silhouette. I tell you.
That's crazy. What up is it's not showing me all the chats, man. I don't understand sometimes with this, bro. Don't tell me, bro. Okay, I'm about to say. That's weird though. It doesn't show my photo there. All right, let me see something.
Make songs out of that. I want to see who makes the best song. Like, make a song out of what Ye just did. Make a full song.
So if it's some missing lines, that they can fill in some of the lines and shit.
And if it's some missing lines, fill in the line.
Wait, what is he talking about?
The best. Hey, look. So what we want y'all guys to do? All the people clipping the stream, make songs out of that. I want to see who makes the best song. Like, make a song out of what Ye just did. Make a full song.
So if it's some missing lines, that they can fill in some of the lines and shit.
And if it's some missing lines, fill in the lines. filling the lines. We doing Twitch different. Fuck all them streaming. Fuck all the streamers. It's
Hold on, is he talking about if he's offering this song through for a collab through his Twitch, dude? Hold up, let's see something here.
Ralph Lauren Polo all day, every day since 19.
Nah, these is crazy.
Oh, wait, you gotta get the patch.
We got 88 keys in this bitch.
88 keys, but you gotta get 88, taking it back to 88.
Yeah.
This is called the Great Outdoors. This is fall 2018. Great Outdoors.
Yeah.
The whole collection.
Telling.
Bro, Restream is not showing all my.
You gotta get the bag too. Patchwork bag. And but what about this gear? What we doing over here? What we doing with this?
Not showing my freaking.
So we have the MPC 3000, where
His video froze.
that coke was made for no.
So what happened is when you got a camera, anything plugged through USB, even with mine, I noticed sometimes if I'm just adjusting the camera, if I pick it up and move it from one side to the other, sometimes it just cuts the signal, and then you have to deactivate and reactivate it to get your feedback. And that's what's been happening with his stream because he's up moving so much. It's just, that USB, if it just jiggles a little bit, it disconnects the signal.
Church in the Wild 100, very hard to find. Like there's probably like 3 on sale right now.
3 in America. We in Japan though. So.
Wait.
Probably like 3. All this was made here. The S3200, very hard to find. Like there's probably like 3 on sale right now.
3 in America. We in Japan though, so
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
We got the Roland VS20, the Roland VS890.
What was recording on those?
We can't see none of it though.
Yes, yep, spaceships.
Vocals recording.
Vocals. Like Ye, pretty much his whole first album.
Bro. Can't see none of the gear. Here we go.
Ears. Biggest record brokers.
I'm geeking out right now, bro.
And came his ears. Go dig in $5, and then he would flip it and sell it for like $20 and stuff.
I had one similar to this back in the day. Who had this one? Was that Madcap? Madcap had this one, bro. Dude, Cap had this one. If I'm not mistaken, Cap had this exact one or one similar. That's a Roland, ain't it? Yup. Bro.
Like that. So I became the ears, and then I started catching loops and samples and stuff. So, his customers became Q-Tip, Pete Rock, Diamond D, Kid Capri, Lord Finesse, like, the beat miners, the beat nuts, anybody who's doing it in music back in the mid 90s all came through John to get records, and by default it came through me as well. So, but I'm not saying that I was digging for them, but I was very integral in the digging excursions.
I had a thought. I just want to interject from the freestyle earlier. Like the best freestyle, modern days, like rest in peace, Juice WRLD, but the rest living is like Uzi. Really, like on some like freestyle shit, like
Uzi all day,
like
Uzi all day.
Exactly, like I just like getting back. To
Oh, come on,
shit.
you ain't
That's
connect,
how
bro.
we make
Don't want
all that. I just like freestyle
upgrade.
them songs all the way through Runaway, just like freestyle that shit. So, but I gotta like really shout out Uzi right now because I've been seeing this nigga freestyle like
One of the best.
like
One of the best.
who could freestyle better than?
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
What I hate about some of these companies, they just update when they want.
This is all vinyl right here. all real-
Like, give me the
real
option
records
to
and stuff.
say
Yeah,
when to
crate diggers
update.
over
I don't
there
need
still.
this updating while I'm
You know what I'm
streaming.
saying? Crate diggers. But right now we gotta wait till we get the converter, because we out here like they know the location out here.
Yeah, we in
Japan.
we're in Japan, you know.
It's all American.
It's
made
night.
and stuff.
It's night where it's morning, morning where it's night.
Right.
You know.
We like 13 hours ahead of y'all right now. So we in the future actually literally. So these are all American made products. So the voltage on these is 120. The voltage out here is 100. So I'm not gonna risk it and try to plug it in to see
Smart guy.
if it works, because I could definitely blow these things out. So I gotta wait till tomorrow morning, and me and Che Pope and myself, we're gonna go out, get some more equipment and stuff, and one of the pieces of equipment is gonna be a converter. So I can actually. But right now, I can't play any sounds, unfortunately. You know, we're gonna be rocking tomorrow.
And by the way, guys, this is the guy who discovered me. You know.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't say all that. I mean, I appreciate the credit and stuff like that, but you know,
One of the first to reach out.
yeah,
I'll say that.
That for sure.
Yeah.
I'm part of it. And Moa Lola,
And Moa.
you know what I'm saying? But I was part of the plug in connecting digital lines to Ye per Ye's requests and stuff like that. So I went out and I sought after him and DM'd him, and here we are.
And we here back again 5 years later. They don't know that though.
Oh,
We
we're
5 years
5
in.
years.
We
Damn.
5 years in, bro.
Anniversary.
Anniversary. We 5 years in, bro. Nah, this is legendary. What y'all seeing right now is legendary. Like,
Oh wait. I gotta shout out my barber. No one knows I cut my hair yet.
oh, he done chopped
I
it.
gotta shout out my
Oh,
barber.
dang.
He done chopped it.
Dang.
Shout out to my barber.
Edward nigga hands.
They clipping that. That's a clip. Yo, this is like, bro, this is legendary. We got what you doing over here, Che?
You know, we stay digging in the samples. You know, we diggers. You know,
Why is all
like
these
to
guys
find
got their nose
artifacts.
pierced?
That's the diamonds and the like. It's in the details. It's in the
Diamonds in
littlest
the
things.
details.
It's in research. It's in study. You know what I mean? So for any of these producers out there, or
Nose piercing on a
wanna be in
dude
this
looks
game, I've been in this game
crazy.
for 30 years. 30
I ain't
years.
knocking it. I'm
30
just saying that
years.
shit look
Yeah.
crazy.
10 years with Dre.
Some of y'all ain't 30 yet. Yeah, I've been 10 years with Dre. Shit, 14, 15 years with my brother. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother for life, so fuck what the rest of y'all out there talking
Exactly.
about. You know what I'm saying?
There's some legendary shit y'all seeing. I want y'all to understand what y'all witnessing, man. Like,
All I care about is the music, baby. That's what we're here for.
man, this is some legendary shit. See, the thing about the streaming shit is you can look back at these memories. Like, yo, remember when?
Yeah, this shit is dope. My kids and my son probably
Your
still up.
kids probably in the chat.
See
Definitely.
my son's still up and sending me shit.
Right now, you know. Right now, you know.
That's good. We came to the office.
That song is on Bully, if I'm not mistaken.
I ain't got to install the road. I can't seem to get to the coast. I can't do that on the road. Nigga, I'm sore loser, sore winner. Got a 4 minute money for your dinner. Make it throw a minute. I got 4 minutes. I'm a sore loser, you a sore winner. Got a
Oh.
So loser, but he
The,
was sore winner.
the sore loser.
But he
And
was
then
sore winner.
come
It's like
support
we
your dinner,
live,
make
bro.
it towards dinner, like the original. This is y'all the fake shit. This the original.
It's the real. I didn't peep that.
Fake
Yeah,
shit.
those gotta be heaters.
It's the original. Nah, that's a must. Original.
I'm a sore loser, winner. I got long coming for your dinner. You're the fake shit. This the original. I'm a crazy cause my aura's mental. On the foreign lentils. On the wait a second. Are you recording it without letting me know?
This the new TV.
Let's fast forward through some of this. There's about 45 minutes left or so.
Like I read some about Trav commenting on my comments, and I'm just like, bro, all this idea of like uncle and brother and stuff. This ain't no like actual family. There's no men that have no footing in the situation, and we don't come together and like actually have any control of our kids. It's like we so concerned about being in the industry that we let our kids get indoctrinated to the industry. So it's like when they ask Travis, like, oh man, it's like literally textbook Jewish response, like, oh man, that's my kid's uncle. Nigga, you're not talking about how I was on the original Future bounce, and then you put Future on it, and then have me bounce, and it's just no conversation. Then it's all we're gonna do some hugs afterwards, and that's why I was like, not gonna take it. There's no more hugs. Like I sat through all of like the entire culture telling me, you can't say that, Virgil stole your dream and this and that, and like they basically came together to take your position away because the Yeezy shit was so popping. They had to go and separate the gang at all costs and shit, and I couldn't say nothing. Then the Trav shit happened, and it was just like the Adidas stuff had just happened a year before, so I was, I understood. It's like, oh man, I guess I'm just in a position where because I said DEF CON, everybody's supposed to be able to play me, right? But then when I got back in my position and shit, I'm like, no, it's not happening. It's not okay. And especially when my daughter got pulled into it, you know what I mean? It's like, ain't nobody speaking up on that. It's like Trav is on Cardi album, so he's not gonna mention that he would be mad if that had happened with his kid. You get what I'm saying? So how we family then? Like, speak up, nigga. Fuck all that music shit, nigga. And then these motherfuckers like got our children, bro, but then I'm your idol, I'm your hero looking up, but you ain't fighting for that. You can see me, I'm going through the shit the niggas gonna end up going through, and then until they go through it, that they actually, they probably still won't say nothing, because they don't want to fuck with the money, blah, blah.
The money, yeah, it's the money that our people, they don't want to lose.
Yeah, the money, the relationships, the way they calculate, they don't give a fuck about like children or family, so like don't even, pop all that family shit. Ain't nobody family in Hollywood. Nobody family with nothing except for them being afraid of losing the money or losing their position or somebody thinking they ain't stream enough and motherfucking bot farms and shit. That's the only
bots.
That's the only thing niggas
This
is
the
really
real shit.
loyal to.
Like this real people.
It ain't no fucking loyalty. So since it ain't no loyalty, ain't no fucking loyalty. They don't talk like it's loyalty. You know what I'm saying? It's like no problem. It's just like when niggas say, like, take that shit over there. I ain't got no problems on with it, niggas. Just don't be coming back over here like you ain't do this and you ain't do that and that. It's like, no, nigga, if you did. And by the way, I'm the most forgiving person possible. If you like, look, man, I apologize.
This is part of the reason why I don't just fuck with just anybody, man. Because
the other day, I was like, man,
and this is just a fact. At the end of the day, everybody is out for self.
But we got to speak to what Kim and them are doing. We got to speak to.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna stop for a second. At the end of the day, everybody is out for self, and you can't blame people because myself, you watching, we are out for self. At the end of the day, you're out to do what's best for you through the day. But some people go about that in a jacked up way. Some people go about that in a very, very selfish way to where they're out for self at the detriment of you. They're out for self at the detriment of stepping on you to get to where they're going. And that's the stuff I don't play with. That's the stuff I don't like. That's the stuff I don't condone. They say, you hear all these stories of somebody managing an artist or whoever, an actor or whatever, and then once that person gets to where they get their big break or they get their foot in the door, if they didn't have a contract or paperwork with that person, they leave them in the dust. I'm about to move forward to the next phase of my career, and yeah, you ain't coming with me on this journey. I'm not sharing this bread with you. I don't have to. You helped me get to here, but guess what? I don't got no contract with you. I ain't got no paperwork. I don't owe you nothing. Morally and ethically, you do. If someone helped you or invested money into you, invested their time, that's the biggest thing. And in life, when you get older, you start to realize the most valuable thing in life is your health and your time. If you have the health, you'll have the time you have left here on earth for whatever time that is. Your time is priceless. You can't put a price tag on your time. I keep saying this stuff, man. Whatever these next 24 hours bring, I can't get those back once they're gone. So I have to maximize what I do with my time. And if you want to pay me $20 for the next hour of my day or the next hour of my life, that's what I'm getting for that time. So no matter what you do, it's valuable what you choose to do with your time. And if you help people build something and then in return they're not helping you back, or they get a bigger or better situation and they dip and say, yeah, bro, sorry, I can't fuck with you no more. I'm on to this next stage. You ain't a part of this. It's like, whoa, hold up. I helped play a part to get you to this spot that you're at now. How you just gonna leave me in the dust? So that's a big one that I juggle with on just dealing with people I don't really know like that, because it's a character gauge. You're trying to gauge somebody's character to see. For me, I'm trying to gauge somebody's character to see if they're cut a fraction of how I'm cut, or built like I'm built and willing to, be solid or be upfront about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and none of us are perfect. We all do shit that are maybe not in the best interest of everybody else or other people. Or maybe we make decisions sometimes. It's like, damn, I could have did that different or did that better. But that's what he's pointing out. Now, I know they say when somebody's a narcissist or somebody is just narcissist, the way they perceive stuff is way different than your average person. And I don't know how a narcissist perceives stuff, but I've dealt with a few narcissist people, and there's one thing always in common. They have a certain perception of how things should go, and things should go for them to benefit, and things should go for them to be the number one person in the room. They can't never be number two. If anybody walks in that room that's greater than them, you got to go or they got to leave. It's just that simple. And I think Ye's just pointing out, he's expecting people to be loyal, quote unquote loyal, or quote unquote whatever. But like, I grew up around gang banging, grew up around gangs, and grew up gang banging myself. We started banging from literally from being messed with. So you eventually say, all right, I'm associated with this, I'm associated with that. Let's start our own set, let's start our own crew, and then let's just start knocking in doors, like literally. Let's let them know when it comes to us, when it comes to me and mines, we ain't playing this. You touch any of us, it's an issue. Today it's way different. You can't roll like that these days. There's cameras everywhere. We live in a tattletale world. You can't roll like that. But your homies and your friends and your gang, your people you bang with, your people you come up with on your block, your people you come up with, gang rules and gang politics is different than industry politics. Industry politics, nobody has no allegiance to you or no alliance to you unless it benefits them or unless they have something, a contract written in ink that you know what I'm saying, carries repercussions legally. Besides that, everything else, there's no rules to this. Nobody owes you nothing. And I think Ye's pointing out that I done did this for this and this for that. But like you guys are using each other to reach a similar or common goal at the end of the day. But he's pointing out, like, when you bring my kids into it, like, that's a big no-no. Like, you going around me to get to my kid, to use my kid to get clout or to help build your status or to help build hype for your project or your album. I'd be real heated about that, especially if it's like one of my quote-unquote friends or industry friends and they went around me to holler at and get at my kid to get my kid on a project or have my kid model for some of their clothing or whatever it is. So that's my take on that real quick.
Cardi asking Kim to have my daughter on an album and shit like that. We got to talk to that. And it was beautiful. He actually put stuff up about that. And I ain't seen no nigga I ever work with. And he ain't had a beat from me in like 3-4 years and shit. And he's the only person that said something publicly that is in the public. He the first person that said something on his behalf publicly to be like, yo, y'all just watching this shit in real life. And your only explanation is give me some medication. That's your only explanation. Because that's what them niggas that handle you is telling you to do. And you know, with the grace of like people always be asking for grace and mercy. God ain't just graceful and just
He was
merciful, you know, merciful.
He was destroying.
He brought down the swarm of the locusts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Destroying shit.
that's what I'm saying. It's like the swarm is coming.
It's here.
I'm saying, man, don't ask me, ask Lil Boosie.
Look.
They don't want to fuck around.
What?
This dumbass nigga, this dumbass thing, you just don't go up and just, oh man, I'm just go up to Ye, da da. It's like, yo, dumbass, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how many of your boys that got something happen to them for just going and like fucking with the wrong person? It's like, I never seen a person that just fuck with me for no reason where God didn't handle that shit. Like, nigga, all you niggas doing dumb shit, look at Lil Boosie as your example. Take this as a lesson.
What's he talking about, Lil Boozy? Ah, come on, man. What's he talking about with Lil Boozy? This shit cut out again, man. His stream cut out. There's half hour left, so there's more footage here. Come on, bro. Do it this way. Maybe there's not. There's a half hour of freaking starting soon. Dang. That's a lot of the similar stuff that he was saying in that academics interview. Those videos I put up of that interview got demonetized. Somebody did a copyright claim on it. Pretty sure it was X. I could go check the copyright claim and see where it came from. But yeah, man. Where is my Twitch? I go to open Twitch. Is the actual Twitch app? Yeah, okay, this is. Yeah, so I kind of just want to do a reaction to that and kind of just play and like show you Ye's studio setup. It's Nas Digital. Wait. Or Digital Nas. Hold on. Got it backwards. I just followed his Twitch, but I'm not paying for it. So you can follow someone on Twitch and then you could pay. Playboy Max is live right now. Jason the what? DDG. There's always people live on Twitch. just go over to it. Mute this real quick. Mute. Check out this IRL stream from 18 hours ago. Does IRL stand for in real life? Yes, this is basically what we just watched.
I just want to tweet and promote on my Twitches and not looking stupid. Yo, they on Rick and Morty, they had this joke with it. It's too much, man.
Hold on. Y'all ain't doing no IRLs like this, my boy.
You got 2 Chrome Maybachs. That's crazy.
Yeah, look at this, bro. They not doing it like this. They not doing it like this. Y'all not doing IRLs like this, bro. Hold on.
All right, that's enough of that. Yeah, so that's that. Something else I want to go over before I pop off here. I don't want to stay on too long. How long have we been on? Around an hour at least. Yeah, easily. 1, 2, 3, wake up. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock at night. I gotta call Iz back. Iz, I know you hit me earlier, bro. I was out. I think I know what you was calling me about too. If you shot me a text, let me know what it was about. I'll probably hit you back ASAP. That's my bad though. Okay, we've been streaming for about an hour and a half. I was trying to figure out why there's such a big delay on my streams too, because like when I respond, there's like a 15 to 20-second delay, but I realize it's coming from using Restream. When I stream to Instagram Direct or YouTube Direct, there's like a 5-second delay of that. Hold on, open up this. Yeah, the YouTube stuff looks like it's or Instagram looks like it's frozen. Dang, bro. Or it dropped. Instagram's always dropping. Hold on, bro. Hold up. Oh, that's dumb. Okay. That shit ended. Instagram always crashes, bro. Every freaking time. Check. All right, so on some music stuff real quick. All right, so one of the biggest problems I run into time to time is coming up with impactful melodies. Now I can play the keys, I can play music by ear. I know some scales, I know I know notes. I know like the basics and then some. Used to play violin and cello. String instruments, chord structure or key structure is a little bit different layout than actual keys. But it's been so long that you forget a lot of it. So when you're trying to come up with melodies, you don't have to know music theory, but it helps a lot to know theory and to make sure everything's in key and tune. So one thing I run into is coming up with different chord changes or different chord structures. So I bought this VST a couple years ago called Scalar. Since then they dropped Scalar 2 and then Scalar 3. One thing I always wanted them to have is to where when you make something in here, like if I make a chord structure in here, that I can link it to any other instrument or any other VST, and then it plays out that actual instrument. So I guess in Scalar 3 they added that. So now I'm gonna have to buy the upgrade. But for now, we'll play with what's in here. I mean, you can drag and drop the chords from Scalar into another instrument. But basically, this is like all the different chords, all different chord structures. You have different phrases. So you can make it arpeggio, strumming, passages, performances, phrases, rhythms. So this is passages. Wait. And then you could tell like what octave to go up or down. So we are in, what am I in right now? Voicing 1. But this passages ones, it has it set. So if I hit, I can go to this phrase. I can go to, so I can change different ways it plays by selecting one of these keys. So 1 through 7 changes how it plays out. So the first one I can make it play like this. And the second one do this. And then you can change the speed of it. So that's 0.75. And right now we are in, I think I'm in major scale right now. So this is Scalar 2, and for instruments we have 6 different pianos, a bunch. Oh, they got a bunch of stuff in here. I didn't know they had this much. Let's go to the synths. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize they had this many in here. Put some reverb on this. Yo. Reverb makes shit sound so much more better. So we're gonna make just like simple chord structure. Let's add a new playlist. Add one. No, just sample one. I'll go to. So I'll go like this. Well, let's not put no ending on there. Something's off. Hold on. I'm pretty sure it's tempo sync. Try this. Hold on. One time. Two times. So this is cool because now I can come up with melodies that I wasn't able to think of before because I don't know a lot of chords, different chord changes. I know names of chords, but to place it with my hands, and even if you know a chord structure with your hand, playing and switching up different chords, that's a whole nother ball game. So I've been using the LA2A tube compressor pretty much on everything to make anything nice and loud, or to squash down some of the dynamics so it's not too much. So we're going to sample that out. So I'll go into track 1 or track 4, highlight it, render it, 24-bit. I was doing the default 32-bit float on everything, but I'm switching it up now and just doing straight 24-bit. Granted, when I export everything in the end, it's 24-bit. See, this has a little delay in it. like how that sounds. I'll make that work. All right, we got to resample that out. Hold on. Put that back on there. Because in FL, when you sample out something, it puts this little space at the beginning. And then it, most times, it throws the sample off beat, especially when you're trying to play in a loop. So I have to do this. I got to put a little tail on the end. Sample it out again. It didn't always used to do this. Started doing this a couple updates ago. I wish they'd fix it to where the audio of the sample you make starts right on. You can do it in Edison, but I prefer to sample this way. I don't care to sample inside Edison. I gotta get off these headphones. I just can't have the mic and the speakers on at the same time. So then what I do once I sample it out, I leave that little space at the end, like that. Because what I do, I go in, I think it started at the beginning. I don't know, it's hard to tell. I just drag in the start where it says sample start. Just drag it in a little bit where it's dead on. And see, it pulls it in a little bit at the end. See that purple right there? See how this purple is a little bit over and this purple is a little bit to the right? I think, yeah. Because that note right there should start dead on bar 2. That one's a little off. And then like those drums you're hearing, that's coming from Flex or Shaper Box. So it's just like a noise generator. So it takes at the docks noise and then it's got a filter, just a preset. So whatever, anytime it detects audio, Shaper Box will play whatever filters or whatever you have added. This is pretty cool from like rhythms or different crazy effects. I could turn it off, hit this right here. Now we're gonna tweak this sample out. So I'm gonna clone this, or clone, because we're gonna change the key and stuff. We're gonna switch it up. So this is where music theory comes in handy. Is so like this sample. What is it playing this in? So key wise, so in the key of F, major fourth, hopeful, dreamy. And then I'll save this. So as I make presets, I'm saving them. That way I can pull them back up. But I basically wanted to show this on stream today that there's a plugin that this has been out called Scalar. I bought it originally, like Scalar 1, then Scalar 2 came out, and I believe like they gave me a free upgrade. So in Scalar 2, they added, you know, a bunch more instruments. So now you have all the, before you just had like a piano, a couple synths, and like a guitar. They give you basses. Oh, they got 808s in here? Snap. I have to try that out. But Scalar 3, now they have it to where you can link Scalar with another plugin or a VST instrument. So I'm about to add another VST. What do we want to add? No, do I want to do the Jupiter? Or no, hold on. I don't even know what I want to use. Prophet V3. Let me see the Prophet for a second. I was messing with Flex. I rarely use Flex or any no, I don't want that VST. Get that out of there. No, not clone. Dang it. Oh no, I deleted it. All right. Let's see what we got. Yeah, the chat's not even showing me. I don't know what's up with this, bro. It's even saying Facebook read only, but it doesn't show the Facebook chat, which is trash. So if you guys are typing in the chat and I don't respond, that's why I can't see it. Sometimes it shows it, sometimes it don't. So I don't even know, man. All right, let's try this VST. I don't even know what I want to use. Let me go to my go-to, my UVI. I bought so many different tools and so many different things to where sometimes I forget what I own, and it could take me 5 or 10 minutes looking at some stuff. So let's just go into some strings real quick. Open up some harmonic strings. Some staccato strings would sound good on this, or with that pattern. Let's try some of the staccato. This is a favorited one. See how this fares out. But I was pointing out Scalar because you can play out chords without knowing chords, and then combine different chord structures to make a really, really unique, good melody. Because normally I'm having to play it out by hand, and there's only so much that I know. But what I can do, once I have like a chord structure like this played out, I can put an empty pattern on here And I'm still learning or relearning on how to use this. So let's color this UVI, change color. Go like that golden orange. It's more like orange. Change icon to a MIDI. And then put that to its own track. That's sound 12. Okay, so instead of having to play that out by hand now, I can do this. I can go into scalar. So if that's the actual chord structure, I can grab it and drop it. How did I do that before? Chord. Extract voicing. Dang, how did I do that? I just did it yesterday. There it goes. But then it puts them all like, it doesn't play the arpeggiated. Wait. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Cut. I dropped it on the wrong one. You want to drop it on UVI. Grab. Drop. There it goes. Okay, so it did give it to me. It just gave me one bar of it. Cool. So basically that's the chord in the phrase. And then I did it to where it's like it also plays one bass note or one octave down. So it gives you the bass note with it. So I don't have to play it out by hand. Because like here's actually like the chord. Hear how dope that sounds in strings? So then this goes twice like this. So what is that? On scalar, I played E. I played two different chords. Or two different notes of the same chord. Okay, so A minor. So it tells you right here at the bottom. All right, that's what I was looking for. A minor, F major. But on the keys, I'm pressing C. Or actually, I'm pressing E. Yeah, it's showing me. I'm hitting E. And then C. But E is triggering A minor. Okay, so I dropped the A minor. How do I drop the F also? I want to drop the F chord on there. See if we can do it. Oh, I just replaced it. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not it. Huh. There's got to be a way to drop them all. Oh, there is. I can highlight them all like that. Okay. Okay. F. So it's A minor, F major, B diminished, C major is the last two. If there's a way. Oh, there is. B diminished and C diminished. Okay, let's try this. So now we're going to grab them all and drop them. Okay, it worked. Yo. It's not in the order that I played it. So we're going to do this. There's a way to do it where whatever pattern you play out, you can drag and drop the pattern. I just can't remember how I did that. I'll figure it out. I'm just not going to do that right now. So go. Yeah, we got 3. Yeah, and then these last 2 are shortened. So these. I think this goes like this. Not mistaken. Basically like that. I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to buy the new update. I think it's only like $30. Because the new update, however I do that, I could just link it to any VST and it'll play it out automatically. I don't have to copy and paste. But there is a way to do the pattern. See, here's patterns. So I think what I do is I record my pattern. There's a way to do it. MIDI capture. I think that's it right there. But what we have so far is I was able to take that phrase we played out, which is 4 different chords, or the same chord of 4 different notes. And then now we got it layered. Turn it down. We can go in. Let's just keep some of the bass notes. That sounds kind of cold. So we took out all those top notes just to lay it like with the bass notes from the strings. That way it's not too much going on. So we could sample that out. Because this is my idea I have. Right click, render. So I'll sample both those out together. And we'll flip that. See what we can do with it. Basically change the whole. Oh, see, it did the same thing. Dang it. Alright, gotta redo it. Oh wait, that shouldn't have been highlighted. Hold on, that should have been off. Dang it. Redo it. Play audio output. Post EQ. So I just do external input only. Wonder if that won't record anything unless you select an input. Let's try this real quick. Oh wait, it's not gonna record nothing if I do that. Hold on. And a lot of this stuff is just trying out new methods or it still delayed it. It's freaking snowing out, man. See, we gotta move it over like this. Time is at 12 o'clock. So we leave a little extra, when we sample it, we leave some extra room on the end so that I can take the whole sample and shift it over, like where it starts. I can shift it over where it starts exactly on the first count or the first bar. And then we just crop out the overlap. That way when we press play, it plays in a continuous loop on beat. Now we're on beat. Turn on the master chain. So this is what stuff sounds like with my master and chain off. This is how anyone that opens FL or using FL, this is what FL sounds like. Wait, let's turn that up real quick. Hold on. It's kind of low. So this is what FL sounds like, just stock. Sounds fine. It's alright. This is what FL sounds like with my mastering chain. So this is with everything that I use custom tailored and adjusting for my mastering chain, everything going through my mastering chain to make it sound the way I want it. So basically, we're getting more saturation, more definition. Sounds a lot wider because I got it spread out a little bit. We're doing a lot of that through the black box and then the UAD. I bring this up pretty much every stream because I'm just trying to educate you guys on ways to make your sound better. And then so through the Studer, we're doing 15 on the IPS on the tape, +3, and then a lot of times I'm using the GP9 tape reel or the 900. It's the 900. And then sometimes I'm using the repro or the sync. So the repro and the sync is pretty much like the color or the saturation is using or the calibration or whatever. Repro goes off of the sync EQ. So you have hi-fi or high frequency saturation and then LF, low frequency saturation. Actually, where's the manual on this? Give me the manual real quick. I want to read on this to see what this is. Because I'm always like just taking a guess on what that does. But the main thing, what we're using this for, hold on, let's add this to the screen. Not that one, this one right here. So let's go Chrome, channel rack. Is it this? No, not that. Restream UAD. Here we go. They added a cool update to what's up, Pelixero? I can't never read people's names. Pelixro. Oh, here we go. Yeah, my followers are low, bro, because I'm never on Kick. You want me to pay you to up it? Cool, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Well, we'll focus on that one day. We'll get to that. I'm pretty much just trying to stream on Kick, so I'm not just leaving Kick out. But if we look at this right here, I don't think I have to put this in the corner. Once I start get ready to release a project or putting something in motion, then I'll pay for ads and start running stuff. That's normally how I do it. Normally, my channel is my channel. My audience is my audience. It slowly grows over time, which it has been growing over time. You know, I'm not trying to dramatically grow overnight. Like I want it to be organic. You know, as people discover, they follow the channel and mess with me. But I will buy ads. I do buy ads, but I usually like buy ads through Google. Okay. So let's see what this is. Actually, I'm not even gonna add that on right there. Let's take that off. Let's just do this. Because I need to be able to see this also. So in the Studer, or no, maybe I do want to add that. I'm so decisive, bro. Let's just do this. That behind my camera. All right. All right, now we're cooking. All right, let's get back to it. So now I got kind of like a split screen going on. So in the Studer, pretty much what I'm using the Studer for, you can add saturation to the high end signal or the low end signal. And if you're in repro, it does it from the sync EQ. If you're in sync, it does it from the HF driver. So this gives you one type of sound, this gives you another. My bad. It comes from the repro EQ. I got 'em mixed up. And that gives you like your hi-fi or high frequency and low frequency saturation. So with that, it gets a lot brighter, or you can dial it back. And on the low end too, so it's basically what the auto calibration does. So if you turn on auto calibration, it's going to automatically set this. If I click that, it automatically sets it to auto calibrated. Now, a friend of mine in music that's an engineer told me, hey, bro, you don't ever want to mess with that calibration. Like, leave it on auto, don't mess with it. And I'm like, no, I want to dial this shit in how I want it. Auto calibration sets it, right? Let me see if it changes it. I think it does. Let's see, it changes the repro. Yeah. So auto calibration sets the repro EQ to a certain position, and it sets the sync EQ to its own position. So this is the default when you hit auto calibration. But you can go in and adjust it. Now on the low end, when you have like bass or whatever, when you take the bias and turn it past a certain number, it starts cutting off the bass. Like it starts cutting it off. So if you do adjust this manually, just know, like, pay attention to what you're doing, but you can adjust this manually to taste. That's exactly what I do. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't mess up nothing. Just know what you're doing. Pay attention to like how it's affecting the sound. And then once you get it down and how you want, then save it. Now, I go real easy on the high frequency saturation because with hi-hats and like the syllables, like the S's and stuff, vocals, it makes it really, really harsh. So you have to be easy on how much you dial it in. That's bright. I usually go, like, when I'm adjusting this in a corner, it tells me how much. So I usually go anywhere between like 4 and like 6, maybe 7, but never up high, that high, like 8 or 9, never that high. But like between 4 and 6, usually I adjust it and it gives me the brightness that I'm going for. And then on the bias on the low end, I'm usually like at around 9 all the way up to 15. 15 is the highest, but I usually go lower than that. I usually go like 11 something. But let's see what this actually is real quick. Let's look over this because I'm curious. Let's turn this down. Oh, this has all the plugins. I don't want all the plugins. I just want the Studer. Is it going to be under Studer? Multi-channel tape recorder. But this is the best tape emulation that I've found. There's a new tape emulation that came out by a company, and it's like $200, $300, something like that. This thing's like $300. Not being on sale, it's like $300. Like a real good tape saturation, tape emulation plugin is not going to be cheap. Cold season, bro. Anyways, I'll stop that for a second. So this is UAD's plugin manual, which I've never really looked at. Sometimes I'll kind of read like the help topics, you know, if you go into the help me section and it kind of tells you what each section is, and then I'll learn from the plugin that way. But UAD don't have that with their plugins. So here goes. Studer A800 multi-channel tape recorder, page 838. So let's go to page 838. So instead of me guessing to educate you on what I know, let's actually go to the actual source and do this. Solid state logic, sound vision. Okay, here we go. So the Studer A800 multi-channel tape recorder, the rich analog sound of the world's most popular multi-channel tape machine, and 4 tape formulas and a single plugin, which this thing is amazing, man. Like, this thing changes my sound dramatically. I never realized how dull FL sounds until I started using this. Then I realized that my sound's really missing saturation and depth. For 30 years, engineers alike. Okay, I don't want to go through the history. The sheer number of albums recorded, legendary 2-inch analog tape machine. Okay. Authenticated by Studer. Modeled by UA's world-renowned team, DSP engineers, and AES magnetic recording expert Jay McKnight. So Jay McKnight is the AES magnetic recording expert. Over a 12-month period, the Studer A800 multi-channel tape recorder plugin UAD2 is the first and only product of its kind. Faithfully models entire multi-track circuit path and electronics of an A800 machine, plus the distinct sound of multi-tape formulas. Put simply, it's the world's most accurate representation of. Yeah, so they're saying, put simply, it's the world's most accurate representation of professional analog tape recording. And from everything I've heard or demoed, plugin wise, I would agree. Now available on Mac and PC. Okay, does it have a calibration level? What I was just talking about. Yeah, so say first and secondary controls. Basically, what you're saying, like, these are hidden. So you see the tape reels, and then once you hit open, then it opens. It goes into the back end. Most people might not even realize there's more stuff to adjust. Primary, secondary controls. The primary controls, those that are typically most used, around the main. Control gauging, feature that allows easy simulation. C, gain controls. Gang or gauged? Gauged? Gang? It says gain controls, but gauged? Let me click that. Oh, it just goes down to page 846. And we want to skip down that far yet. Okay, primary controls is all this. So your tape, your input, your IPS, calibration level. I usually only run it at +3 on the calibration. IPS tape speed. The IPS inches per second control determines the speed of the tape transport and the associated head bump. Head bump is bass frequency buildup that occurs with magnetic tape. The dominant frequencies shift according to transport speed. 15 IPS, which is normally what I use it at. I use it at 15 or 30. 30 is like it on OD. It's just plugging on OD. Like it's very distinguished, like very, very like everything it can do on 30. 50 IPS is considered the favorite for rock and acoustic music due to its low frequency head bump, low frequency rise, and warmer sound, while 30 IPS is the norm for classical and jazz due to its lower noise floor, greater fidelity, and flatter response. 7.5 IPS is also available for an even more colored experience with even greater frequency shift. Click on the IPS text label to start spinning real animation. Nuh-uh. Oh, it does stop the reels. I was just clicked on the reels themselves. So that's on 30. So on 30, it takes a CCIR equalizer off. Now you do have noise that you can add in, but I have two Studers. So there's a UA Connect Studer, which is basically UA native. Where is it? UADX. Right here. Oh, that's not it. Right here. Here it goes. So these two sound different. Now, basically what we're talking about is, so the one that I'm using now, the one on the left, if you don't have an actual physical Apollo unit with Apollo DSP, you can't use this version. It's just UAD Studer. Now you can see they look the same, but they look different. So on the UAD version that runs off the Apollo hardware, this one has gain controls. The UADX, which runs off UAD Connect, which is this right here. Where'd it go? Here it goes. Should open. So this is UA Connect. So basically anybody can get these plugins. So this is UAD's plugin subscription, or you can own them. You know what I'm saying? And this is just their portal to download everything. What do they call this? Spark. Yeah. UAD Spark. So UAD Spark's their subscription where you can pay by the month or by the year to have access to all these plugins. Now, all the plugins that Universal Audio have is not available in UA Connect or UA Spark. Only select ones. But the Studer they added, so you can see the Studer right here, Studer A800. So the plugin right here that says UADX, which they consider that UAD native, UAD native plugins anyone can get and use. But I'm telling you right now, these two sound different. Like if we do a sound comparison, so if I take these settings I have right now, right? I'm going to save these settings. We'll go save. And then we'll dial those same settings in on this one. So hi-fi set at, let's just say 6. We'll put this at the same 6. Bias is on 6, or bias is not on 6. Bias is on 11.9. We'll dial these in the exact same. I wish they let you type it in. 11.93. That's gonna have to work. Auto control off. Put it on sync. Tape reel 900. Input at -1.3. Input at -1.3. Output at 0.5. That's so hard to do. And calibration at +3. So equalization, coloring on, noise off, noise off. We'll save these. No, bro. So now they both have the exact same setting. And we're going to A/B these real quick. All right, so this first play is UAD Studer on the left, which is the hardware version. Now we'll play the one on the right, which is UADX, UAD Native, or UA Connect version. This is the version anybody can get. So the UAD Studer to me sounds like there's more low end, or I don't know, it sounds fuller. And the UADX or UAD Connect version sounds more bright and more thin. They have a subtle difference. There's a difference in it. I always use the UAD hardware version. I'll use the UADX sometimes when I'm like overdoing my DSP, but like this one sounds more quote unquote analog, more warmth. But I want to get back to what these actual controls are real quick. Okay, so that's the overview. Okay, so the gauging feature that allows easy simulation parameter modification for all instances of the plugin. The feature enables the DAW to emulate the multi-track tape deck scenario. Wait, where is it? Oh, that's this right here. I normally have that off. So this is the gang control or ganging control. So it says this right here implements a control ganging feature that allows easy simulate what parameter modification for all instances of the plugin. This feature enables a DAW to emulate the multi-track tape deck scenario more accurately, where a single change to some multi-track machine parameters such as tape speed, formula, and calibration settings would affect all tape channels. Oh, so as if you have more than one instance of it, it controls that. Gain controls is a read-only, non-automable parameter, and its current value is not saved with the session. Gain controls is a static control without the ability to make relative offset. Disable gain controls if offsets between the same control within different instances is desired. If gain controls is enabled when AutoCal is enabled, any adjustment made to tape type, tape speed, or emphasis EQ causes the calibration controls to be automatically adjusted for all the instances. However, if the tape type, tape speed, or emphasis EQ values do not already match between instances before gain controls is activated, the resulting calibrated values may not match either. Okay, so that's used for if you have multiple of them put on different tracks. You can turn this on and they will all be calibrated to the same. I guess that's what it's saying. When gain control is enabled, there is no audible or visual changes to the other Studer 800 instances until a control is actually changed. When gain controls is enabled and the Studer 800 A800 settings preset is loaded via the UAD toolbar, the loaded parameter settings are pushed to all Studer 800. Okay, so it pretty much links them all together. So if you make a change on one, if it's turned on, it makes that same change across all of them. I see. I never knew what that was. I would just had it off because I didn't know what it was. Or I turned it on and off and it didn't affect the sound. It didn't do nothing to change the sound, and I'm only trying to adjust parameters that manipulate the sound. But that's good to know if I want to run more than one of these, which I never do, only just run one. Okay. Mono stereo operation. UAD Studer 800 is designed with a single channel interface to emulate the individual channels of a multi-track tape recorder. However, when this plugin is used on a stereo track, the mono controls affect both channels of the stereo signal identically. Okay. Yeah, I always wondered about that, if it was in mono or stereo, but I'm using it as stereo, so it acts as stereo. What if I change the signal source to mono? So that's basically FL's stereo separation, where you can spread out the signal or merge it together and make it mono. Spread the signal out or just send it straight up the middle. Where's my stereo or widening? Widener. Ozone imager. Bum. Yeah, so this is what the stereo mono button does in FL. That spreads the signal out. I never use that ozone imager. Now I do use it after I get done with a mix, and I use ozone 11, and then that imager is built into there. So that this mono button really don't make it mono. A separator merges it, but the signal don't go wider or narrower. That's weird. Okay, make sure all that's off. All right. Path select. The path select buttons specify which of the 4 possible signal paths is active in the A800. The active mode is indicated by illuminated button. Through is a bypass control. When enabled, emulation processing is disabled. And DSP usage is reduced. Through is useful for comparing the process settings to the original signal. Through is identical to the off position in the IPS tape speed. So through is this button right here. So if you engage that, then it stops the studer from affecting your signal or affecting the audio. I always run it on sync or repro. DSP usage is reduced only when DSP load lock is disabled. If DSP load lock is enabled, the default setting active through will not reduce DSP. Let's test out that theory real quick. I think I have DSP load lock on, because what DSP load lock does is, let's say this plugin right here takes up, well, we can tell right now. Hold on, let's do this. Oh, not that. Scoot that boy over. Is it F9? Yes, it is. But so right now we're using 72% DSP. If you look down in this corner right here, the bottom right corner, should be able to see it. Oh, you can't see it because that's covering it. Hold on. So down right here in this right corner, we're using 72% DSP. So that's that top blue bar. So that's basically how much processing power we have to run plugins. And that's just telling us we're using 72% of it. So if I disable this Studer, that should go down. Okay, it went from 72% to 63%. So that tells me that Studer uses, what's that, 9%? Yeah, uses 9% DSP for this one plugin. Because if we turn it back on, yeah, 63% to 72. Yep, that's 9%. This Studer uses no DSP because it's running off my CPU or my computer processing power. But it sounds different. Not a huge difference, but a slight difference. There's a difference in the sound. So they're saying if we hit the through button, it's not going to change the DSP because of load lock. And I have load lock on, and what load lock does is load lock for any plugin you have engaged. If this plugin uses 9% DSP, it sets aside 9% for that. It accounts for that and adds it into the total so that we don't ever go over our 100% or 99% they allow. So if I hit through, so basically what they're saying is using the through button, it disables the plugin where you don't hear it, but it doesn't lower the DSP usage. So if you're trying to lower your DSP, you got to literally disengage this, which does the IPS do it? No, the IPS does not do it. Yeah, I would just have to turn this plugin off. So I'd have to go in here to disengage it from there. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. It's freaking snow on the ground, man. Dude, what is up with this, bro? Look at this. Oh, wrong way. Look at this. Oh, wait, I got AI tracking on. Look at this. Freaking snow on the ground, man. Look at that. You see that? It's freaking snowing. Granted, it looks like it's kind of melting, but there's snow on the ground, bro. What's up with that? That's jacked up, man. Ain't nobody want no snow outside. Ain't nobody want no snow, bro. Nobody care about no snow. All right, I'm almost done with this. I just want to go over some of these inputs. So, okay, here we go. Sync mode models the sound of direct recording and playback via the sync record head, plus all corresponding machine electronics. Repro mode models the sound of recording through the record head and playback through the reproduction head, plus all corresponding electronics. Wait, what? Bro, that's crazy. It's basically saying the same thing. What the heezy, bro? off real quick. We read that again. Sync mode models the sound. Like, I'm dyslexic a little bit, bro. I could read something 3 times and not understand it or fully understand. Sync mode models the sound of direct recording and playback via the sync/record head, plus all corresponding machine electronics. Repro models the sound of recording through the record head and playback head through the reproduction head, plus all corresponding electronics. Okay. So it's just giving you a different sound from different heads that are reading the tape. I always chose based on, because they do sound different. Like repro sounds different than the sync. It gives you a different sound. That makes sense. Now we got tape type. We go into the tapes. Tape type select the active tape stock formulation. For the most popular 2-inch magnetic tape formulas are modeled 250, 456, 900, and the GP9. I use the 900 or the GP9. Depending on the audio, sometimes the 900 sounds best, sometimes the GP9 sounds best. Each tape has its own subtle sonic variation, distortion onset, and tape compression characteristics. Generally speaking, the lower the calibration level for each formula, the higher the signal level required to reach saturation distortion. So the lower the calibration, oh, okay. So the higher you go up in calibration, the more it's going to affect how the signal is distorting or affect the signal to distort. The lower the cal level for each formula, the higher the signal level required to reach saturation and distortion. Okay. I always run it at 3. I think I've tried it at like 6 or 7 or 5, but it's too much because I'm using it on my master bus and everything I'm running through it is coming in at a hot level pretty much. The cal level setting takes care of the setup one would need to make under equivalent hardware operation and sets the reference tape/flux level without disturbing the unity gain of the plugin. The record, repro, and sync gain trims found on the 800 channel cards are not present on the plugin. Instead, when AutoCal is enabled, these controls what? Into the signal cal level gain control. I can't pronounce that word. As tape formulas advance, their output level increased, thus lowering relative noise floor. +3, +6, +9 dB output formulas were available in the 2-inch format. Under normal use, the machine would be calibrated to the tape's output level. Okay, so calibration determined on the output level. However, users would sometimes undercalibrate to leave more headroom for a broader suite or to prevent electronics from clipping. Therefore, the user can go traditional and calibrate to the recommended levels or select a non-corresponding calibration. Say, see, Tico, bro, is right there in black and white. I always need receipts with you, bro. So Tika was the one that told me, no, you don't touch that calibration. You don't mess with it. Like that's what it's for. Like it's auto set. You don't change it ever. Never change it. You're gonna mess it up. Like, bro, how are you gonna tell me how to manipulate my sound? It says right here. However, users would sometimes undercalibrate to leave more headroom for a broader suite or for a broader suite? What the fuck? Or to prevent electronics from clipping. So you could change the calibration level so that the signal would not clip. Therefore, the user can go traditional and calibrate to the recommended levels or select a non-corresponding calibration setting with the calibration level. Yeah, because I'm taking auto calibration off. Auto calibration is setting the high frequency to like +3 and then the bias to like 12. But I want the high frequency at like +6, +5, +6, depending. As an example, in the 456, if 456 is selected, tape type, and when cal level is set at +6 dB, higher than the NAB tape standard. Okay, so equalizer, you could say NAB. Let's try that. Let's go to 456. Auto calibrate. Equalizer to NAB. Cal level is set to +6 dB. Higher than the NAB tape standard. The reference fluxivity level is 355 nanowatt meters. I think that's what that is. NW/M. Oh, nanoweber per meter. Nanoweber per meter. And is 10 dB below the point where THD reaches 3%. Referred to as the maximum operation level. Therefore, with a 1 kilohertz test tone at -12 dB FS sent to the plugin with tape type set to 456, cal level set to +6, and auto cal enabled, I have that on, output levels of the plugin will match the input level and fluxivity of the tape will be 355 nanoweber meters. Nanoweber per meter. The manufacturer's recommended calibration setting for each tape is as follows. 250 +3 calibration, 456 +6. Damn, so 900 tape is supposed to be at +9? Okay, so let's try that. So let's go to 250 This is 250 at +3 on the calibration. It's saying 456 at 6. $900 at 9. UAD Studio 800 default bank offers a variety of presets, tape type. Okay, we know that. So if I go to, we're on page 842, tape types. The tape selects the active tape stock formulation for the most popular 2-inch magnet. Okay, we already read that. Cal levels. Oh, section I'm on already. The noise floor is affected by cal level when noise enabled. I always have noise off because I don't like that the hissing or the white noise. I mean, I guess it can be a positive in some situations. So you can dial in the hiss or the hum. So now I have noise on. You can see and hear the hum. And then that's the hiss. So, I mean, I could use this to put some little white noise into the signal. I never cared for it though, but I guess it's a perception trick to where it makes audio or a song or a beat or whatever sound more full or more finished. Like it tricks the brain into the perception, how or the ears and how we hear things. I'll turn it down. I literally feel a difference with the white noise off or the hiss. I only put it at I had it at 2.5 dB of noise. But I felt the difference. Like I could feel the difference with it off. I might experiment with that a little bit. But that's 25 dB of hiss. But so they're saying the higher calibration level you go up, the more it affects this. Oh no, the lower cal level you're at, the higher hiss you get. Oh, okay. What about hum? That's crazy. Okay, so calibration level affects how much hiss you're getting, or quote unquote noise floor. I always have that stuff off though. Okay, IPS speed. IPS inches per second. That's what that stands for. Determines the speed of the tape transport and the associated head bump. Head bump is base frequency buildup that occurs when magnetic tape, the dominant frequencies, shift according to transport speed. 15 IPS is considered the favorite, which I read that earlier, which I like 15 the best. But I'm not doing rock. I'm not doing rock or acoustic. And then 30 for classical and jazz. I like 30, but it affects the high drive and low, really the high drive too much more than I wanted to. Okay. Click the zero control label text to return to the input value. I click this. On the same shit. Okay. VU meter, we know what that is. Negative 12 dB. Okay, here what we wanted, the emphasis. Equalizer, emphasis, EQ. This is really what I was curious about, exactly what this is. The equalizer button determines the active emphasis EQ values and the frequency of the hum noise. Click the equalizer buttons to alternate between the two different types. NAB or CCIR curves can be selected when the tape speed is 7.5 or 15. So it only affects 7.5 or 15. When the tape speed is 30 IPS, neither value is available. The LEDs are dimmed. Oh, it is. It disappears. I wondered about that. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. Dude, I'm so impressed how gangster this camera is, bro. This camera, this thing is cold. The only part it don't do good on is if you have if you try to like really zoom in on something in the background, um it gets blurry. But I noticed when you put the HDR on, it has everything a lot more sharper, especially when you zoom in. That's pretty much one of the only flaws this thing has. And then the audio quality of the actual audio from the camera is not that great. Watch, I'll switch over to it. Check this out. Mic check 1 2. So this is the audio coming from the actual, they call it OBS bot. I call it OBS bot because it's literally OBS. But that's the audio coming from, this is the audio coming exactly from that camera. It's not bad, but it's not professional audio, studio quality audio, which we're trying to get quality like we're talking through the Neiman. You know what I'm saying? We want high level audio. We don't want secondary. But let me go back over to the lavalier mic. So then we have the quality from this mic, which is a step up. You know what I'm saying? It's not the quality I want, but it's close to the quality I'm going for. All right. Let me finish this up because I just wanted to educate you guys and myself on exactly what the rest of these settings are. So it's basically saying NAB and CCIR. See, that's what I didn't know. So its curves can be selected in the tape speed 7.5. It only affects 7.5 and 15 IPS. When 30 IPS is selected, it doesn't affect it, or it's inactive. When the value is set to NAB, the hum noise frequency is 60 hertz. Okay. The United States standard. When set to CCIR, the hum noise frequency is 50 hertz. Oh, that's why I don't use them, because I select them and I hear no difference in the sound because I always have the noise turned off. I don't like the hum or the hiss. I don't want it. I want a clean signal, at least for most of the stuff I'm doing. Okay, so it makes the hum noise frequency 60 hertz at NAB and 50 hertz at CCIR, the standard in Europe. C noise enable and hum noise. We already read that. When IPS tape speed set to 30 indicates emphasis EQ is set to AES. Set to AES? However, in 30 IPS mode, the equalizer switch can still be changed to set the frequency of hum noise. Tape speed and emphasis EQ were originally practical controls for record duration versus noise and local standards. It is important to note that historically, the origin of the tape machine, US or European, dictated the built-in EQ emphasis, but later machines like the A800 had both circuits available. While the hardware A800 has discrete controls for tape speed and emphasis EQ, the user has to calibrate the machine for various speeds and rejumper the whole machine for 30/15 or 50/7.5 IPS usage. The 800 plugin has 3 speeds and related EQ pre-emphasis / de-emphasis filters presented as 2 easy to use controls for simple auditioning of the sonic variation. CCIR, also known as IEC, is the EQ pre-emphasis made famous in British records and is considered technically superior EQ. Many say this EQ was part of the British sound during tape's heyday. NAB, also referred to as IEC2, was the American standard with its own sound. AES is truly standardized for 30 IPS and is the sole EQ found on the Studer A800 for 30 IPS. Okay, so they're saying the Brits have the superior equalizer noise emphasis, or pre-EQ emphasis. The Brit CCIR is superior. Their EQ pre-emphasis is superior to Americans NAB. Noise enable. The noise enable button, okay, we already did that. The amount of hum and hiss, okay, we know that. Auto cal. Studer 800 has individual parameters for bias. Okay, here we go. Bias, and then HF record EQ. HF is the top. And sync repro EQ. Sync repro EQ, which is this. Hold on, what is this? Oh, I forgot about these. Yeah, so it's a second set. So you have the high drive and then the sync EQ. And if it's on repro, then the parameters you adjust in the repro EQ affects the sound. These calibration controls are usually adjusted whenever tape type, tape speed, or emphasis EQ is changed. When automatic calibration is on the plugin, these calibration controls are automatically adjusted to the calibrated values whenever the tape type, tape speed, and emphasis EQ are modified. After auto calibration occurs, the automatically adjusted parameters can be modified to any value of desired. Just like what I was saying, Tico. You have auto calibration, but then you can custom calibrate after the fact. It's not meant to just, hey, auto calibrate, leave it, don't touch it. After auto calibration occurs, the automatically adjusted parameters can then be modified to any value if desired. Basically, like I was saying, like there's no rule or nothing that says you can't adjust it. Like I get to have auto calibration, but the auto calibration settings it sets, it's a plugin. It's not the actual machine. I get it if we was using the actual machine, and there's auto calibration that has to be set for different tape and different IPS levels. Then you need to go by those settings. But this is a plugin version. It's a little bit different. There's some parameters that are like, there's some options that are on here that's not on the actual tape machine. When auto cal is off, the calibration parameters do not change values when tape type, tape speed, and emphasis are modified. Note, auto cal is enabled by default. Tip, when making manual calibration studies, consider disabling auto cal so the manually calibrated settings are not accidentally lost if another control is modified. Then we got the gain controls, global control adjustment. We already read all that. Okay, here we go. Calibration controls. The calibration controls are automatically adjusted when auto cal is active, or they can be manually modified as desired. The flat calibrated position for these controls is determined by tape type and tape speed. Therefore, the available plus range for these controls is dependent on the current calibration. Tip, clicking the text label for any of the HF record EQ, bias and sync repo EQ controls will return that parameter to the calibrated level. Clicking the text label. Aha. Okay. So that's all default right there. Never knew that. So that's basically auto calibrate. So if I adjust all these, right, I'm gonna turn them all down, right? It would sound horrible with everything turned down. Because that bias affects. But if you have them all turned down, and then I hit auto calibrate, it puts them all to the default setting. This is as default. So HF record EQ, which is HF record. What? HF record? Where's HF record? You have HS high drive, HF sync EQ, HS repro, high frequency. Okay, that's what I thought it stood for. HF high frequency record EQ is provided to make up for common residual hi-fi loss, high frequency loss. It is used to tune high frequency content into the incoming signal prior to the tape non-linearity. The control provides a continuous boost filter, gain, and effect saturation characters. Okay, so that's exactly what I use it for. Bro, Tico, if you see this or you're watching this, this is what I was talking about. I was talking about the reason why I gravitated to this thing, which why I love this so much when I demoed it. Because when I compared this to other tape saturations or other tape emulations, Mike died out on me, man. Bro. That's trash. Spend $100 on these mics, and they can barely last 4 hours. How long has this stream been going? Hold on. This will tell me. Bro, that's trash. I'm about to get off here. It's your boy D. I'm out. Thanks for joining. I'm out.